Hello FLyTampers, how's it going? I hope you are all doing fantastic. Today we are back with a Dreamliner, which we haven't been flying for a while. And yeah, we are on a nice long flight from Amsterdam down to Cape Town. So that will be a long flight of, yeah, SimBrief is giving us 11 hours and 34 minutes, so a full day of flying. And yeah, let's see. I think the Dreamliner, they haven't published any update for the aircraft itself for the new sim, but I still think it's looking rather great with all the new reflections and lighting effects and all this kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to see it now during daytime, but then also down in Cape Town during nighttime, because the hours of the flights are departing Amsterdam at around 10 a.m. and then getting to Cape Town around 8 p.m. That's both in local times. So, and yeah, then we will hit a nice sunset during the cruise somewhere over Africa, I guess. And yeah, you can GSX bringing the cargo. We are rather light today in terms of zero fuel weight. I mean, these days there are reports all over with like long haul flights being operated with 20 packs or so. I didn't go quite as low, so I think we have today 90 passengers on board and also a bit of cargo, since I believe KLM has a very strong cargo operation, and I certainly think they would carry some cargo as well on these long flights down to Africa. So yeah, zero fuel weight, then 150 tons out of a maximum of 181. And in terms of takeoff weight, then of course we are rather heavy since carrying a lot of fuel. So takeoff weight 221 tons out of a maximum of 254. So that's about 30 tons left in terms of headroom. So we are, yeah, fairly, I guess fairly heavy for the departure. And also you can see around here at Amsterdam, first of all, we have a super nice lineup of AI traffic. Another Dreamliner, another 777, so really cool. Yeah, some more over there. But also you can see weather is pretty bad here. Although that's all just light rain, so there are no thunderstorms or anything like that around. There's even a bit of a blue sky up there. But various very low hanging cloud levels we have here today. So yeah, weather here is not so great. Down in Cape Town we are expecting absolutely beautiful weather. Yeah, basically as always, flying down to South Africa. And yeah, that's the setup of the flight, and I think GSX will be done any second now. I will be a bit behind them, but yeah, let's head inside the flight deck and then we can start to set up. Right, so here we are, and GSX is already done with the boarding. That was quick, and I did put on some cockpit lighting. It does appear a bit dark, but then again, sun is not shining, so maybe that is not too unrealistic after all. Yeah, so let's see how we like the lighting, but in the meantime we can get started over here. I have loaded in the route already. First waypoint will be Woody. And performance, let's see what we have. Reserves today, alternate is Johannesburg, which is like 1.5 hours away. That's really far for an alternate, but I think KLM would want to have this aircraft at a base where they also operate. And yeah, then I think the next one is Cape Town. So alternates today gonna be rather high at that is exactly 9 tons. Cruise altitude initially should be 350, so flight level 350 goes in here. Cost index also quite high, 160. And step size, we can definitely put 2000 in here. Right, and then the departure, or maybe let's start with the weather first. So quick look at active sky. So here we are, we have winds 12 knots from 250. That means we're going to depart runway 24. That's quite perfect with a lot of headwind, but variable winds. Delta Zulu, I think that's drizzle, so that's light drizzle rain only, although it does appear a bit stronger than that outside. And then you can see various broken cloud layers here. Very low hanging cloud, 16 degrees only. And yeah, that's that. But I mean, it's all looking okay. We can certainly handle that. Nothing to worry about. So departure runway 24, and then I think the departure route will be the Kudat 2 Sierra Yankee, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look over at the charts, in fact. So here are the charts, and then we have the Kuda 2 Sierra. Yeah, that's the one. Right, so this on the left hand side is the Kuda 2 Sierra, but then here it says it's an alternate routing, which is the Kuda 2 Sierra Yankee. For additional noise abatement, and since our aircraft is equipped for RNAV departures, of course, I think we can take this one. And yeah, this will also put us down at Kudat and Woody eventually. So let's try to find this one. Kudat 2 Sierra Yankee, that is perfect. Execute, and then the wind data, of course. Load that in, and we can see over here that the fuel at this point in time is not even enough for the final for the alternate fuel. But I think, knowing the Dreamliner a bit, this will go up during cruise, so fuel calculation is not entirely accurate right now. Right, transition level at Amsterdam is at 3,000 feet only, so that goes in. Sorry, that was one too much. 3,000 in here. And other than that, I think that's that for the FMC preparations. Yeah, flight number, we can enter this one. So quite interestingly, I saw that the flight number is KLM 597, which is the normal flight number down to Cape Town, but we have a call sign of KLM 103. I was quite surprised to see that, but in this case, flight number and call sign are not the same, although he had asked for the flight number, so I'm not sure. Maybe then we should enter the real flight number, which is 597. Right, okay, I think we are all set in that regard. GSX is done with the boarding. We have planned the departure. Speeds, of course, sorry. Thrust limit, but in the meantime, let's fire up the APU. Yeah, like this, and then performance runway 24, conditions are wet. This seems to be correct. 248 at 12, that's looking good. This goes to optimum, and takeoff weight 221.7, that's also accurate. And then we have flap 5, takeoff 1, and select temperature 42. Send output. Complete. Right, and speeds 150, 159, 165. So accept. Okay, now it's in here. 42. Climb is armed. Takeoff flips 5. 150, 59. Sorry, my voice is cracking up. 150, 59, 65. Okay, so 165 goes in here. And then initial runway heading is 238. And the initial climb here is flight level 60. Like that. Flight directors, auto throttle arm, LNAV, VNAV. Cool. Okay, and then yeah, we can close up all the doors. I believe we have the parking brake set, so we can remove the wheel chocks as well. Make sure APU is running, which it is, so we need to disconnect the external power. Let's double check if that worked. yeah, APU is supplying power. So we can get rid of the extern as well. Get rid of the jetway, which should be disconnecting. Yes, it is. Right, and then we just need to run some checklists, which we have here. Oxygen tested 100% on the captain's side. Flight instruments we have 122, 122, and altimeters of 1014, 1014. That's checked. And then we put the signs to on. Backup window heat and primary window heat, those come to on. The right hydraulic, and then the other ones, fuel pumps, center pumps as well, like that, and beacons. Right, passenger signs are set. MCP is set. Speed 165, 238 for the initial heading, and 6000 for altitude. Takeoff speeds are also done. 150, 159, 165. CDP pre-flight is completed. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Yeah, well, sort of, right? I mean, taxi, we will have a look in a second. And back to the charts. It's a bit annoying that we can't edit the clipboard here as we can in the PMDG. CUDA to Sierra. I mean, there's nothing crazy on here. We have a speed constraint, max 220 knots at Echo Hotel 126. We can see if that's correctly in here. Ah, that's not. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. So good that we double check. And that's even for the next waypoint, which is Alpha Mike 003. Okay, that's quite interesting. So let's make sure that's all entered correctly. And now we have 220 up to this one. Makes us climb a bit faster, I believe. And yeah, then after that, no more constraints. So that is looking good now. In fact, let's have a quick look at the plan. Yeah, so that's the initial turn, and then we have the speed constraints. And then Lecco, Kudat, Woody onto the routing. Okay, looking good. And yeah, the initial climb, I mean, it's after this waypoint, so that's an hour-and-a-half departure. That's fairly easy here, okay. So we can just hopefully rely on the flight directors. Okay, so that's done. And then we just need to ask for the pushback. Pushback, please. Let's make sure there's no other traffic since it is really busy here today. But these guys are not moving. Ooh, I'm just seeing that's the Lufthansa A321, the Romeo Yankee, which has this special livery back there. Very cool. For some reason, it's only a small adjustment to the livery, but this plane is rather famous in Germany. But I think he wouldn't be turning in here. I mean, these are not stands for Lufthansa and EasyJet KLM, so quite a bit of traffic today. Really something to look out for. Alright, push and starting. I think we will wait with the engine start for just another second. Let's see what these guys are doing. Okay, he's getting pretty close. But no one is coming into this taxi lane here, so that's good. Alright, and then let's go ahead and fire up. So starting 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. Like that. I think we don't need the first officer EFP, so that can go to off. Yeah, so engines are fairly loud during startup, and then they get a lot quieter again. I've never been on a Dreamliner in real life, unfortunately, so I don't know if that's realistic at all. And I'm very much looking forward also to break through this cloud layer after departure to see how, yeah, just how the lighting is with the new sim update. I mean, this looks stunning. We have rain and gets really like foggy and dizzy in the background. Delta 777 back there. So this is looking, yeah, I think that's looking super realistic. Very nice. Okay, we have 2 good engine starts. That's very good. Generators are running, so we can kill the APU. Packs are on. Right, and then trim. We need 4.5, so trimming up a bit. If it works, yeah, there it is. And then what else? Haven't been flying the 787 for a while. This goes to transponder and flaps to position 5. And then flight controls, which I still haven't fixed the aileron thing. Let's see if it's still there. Yeah, that's still apparent, but never mind. Elevators are working and rudder is looking good. Okay, after start checklist, anti-ice. We don't need that. Recall is checked. Auto brake, RTO, flight controls are checked, ground equipment is done, and before takeoff checklist flaps 5. That's done as well. Beautiful. So let's switch this one over. Do we have an airport map? Oh, we do. Beautiful. Okay, taxis like this. So we are on Alpha 14, which is for incoming traffic. So we'll go left here, Alpha 16, which is just a slight left-hand turn if we can still make it. And then we go right on Alpha, which will take us all around the airport, and then somewhere down there we will meet Alpha 8. And Alpha 8, yeah, there it is. Alpha 8, and then we can take this one on the runway. Right, let's see if this works out. And yeah, I think we can still capture the left one, which is good, so we should do that. And then taxi and turn off lights. Everything looking good, I believe. So yeah, and there we taxi on idle power. Fairly light today for 11.5-hour flight. Yes, I'm very much looking forward indeed to the arrival into Cape Town. I did a couple of nighttime flights now with the new sim update, and I really have to say it looks stunning. All the road lights now which we have and all this kind of stuff, so huge improvement. So today you should definitely make sure to stay around for the landing, or at least have a brief look when we arrive during nighttime. I think it should look rather stunning. Yeah, and then I think we can also use the overhead display for the departure today. Ooh, nice, there's even a 747 cargo, although I'm not sure if these are like the real stands for these cargo 747s, but never mind. I mean, look at this, there's even an EasyJet back there which we can barely see, and I think this just makes it so much more realistic with enhanced atmospherics. That would have definitely looked way different on the previous sim version. Alright, so we are getting there. So now wait, let's see where we are. I'm not a native to Amsterdam, so that is a bit confusing from time to time. So that's Alpha 7, and this one should be Alpha 8. Yeah, that's Sierra 7, that's where we want to go. Ooh, some traffic coming in. I hope they are not all departing out of runway 24. That would mean we need to wait a second here, but maybe we can squeeze in just before that wheeling and after that Embraer. But he's coming in too fast, I think. He would run into us, so I will quickly wait a second. And yeah, now we have a couple of aircrafts in front of us. But we got time as well, so no worries. Okay, let's get rolling before some other aircrafts turn up. But there's really nice AI traffic lineup here today. I'm very surprised, although density is just set to around 40%. But still a lot of traffic around. Yeah, he's speeding up already. Okay, so that should be fairly quick now. Okay, let's see. TARA should be right there. That looks good. And then the head-up display. Okay, zooming out a bit, I've decided to set weather on both sides today, which I think makes a lot of sense. There's no terrain around here in Amsterdam. Oops, sorry. Wrong key. Okay, there's one aircraft coming in, but I think he might be on another runway. Maybe on... Let's see, the other one, 27, I think. Yeah, now the appearance of the park lights also has definitely changed. Not quite sure if I like it a lot. Seems a bit blurry now, but it's okay. Ooh, okay, and just in time for the departure. Stop raining. Nice, okay. Weather's getting better. And he's running off perfect. So, landing lights and strobes. All looking good on the overhead. Checklists are completed. Yeah, so we can quite simply follow the flight directives for the departure. It's an RNAV departure, so all the waypoints are in here. Just to make sure to stick to 220 knots for a bit. And then I think we can even do a rolling start. Or how far is he away? Yeah, maybe give him another few seconds. He's banking away to the right, as it seems like. Okay, so we are good to go. We are all set for the departure, so thrust is coming in. Are very silent, and take off. Yeah, there's the engine sound. Nice. Yeah, speeding up nicely. Can't feel no wind at all. I think it's really straight on the nose right now. One. B1. Rotate. Alright, lift off. There was a bit of a slow rotation, but that's okay. And gears coming up. beautiful stuff. Traffic. Why is there traffic? Can't see any on the radar. That's interesting. Okay, also I can't really see the HUD display against the lighting, so let's get rid of this one. Left-hand turn. And there was a very nice thrust setting for the departure. So we used a fair bit of runway, still had good march on left, and now climb is also very smooth. So good job there from the EFB calculator. Just now following the flight director around. It's interesting that it's indicating 235 knots since we actually want to be at 220. I mean, we hard dialed it before. Okay, now it's 220, now it's got it. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's put the autopilot on. We are past transition already, so this goes to standard. And then let's keep it climbing. I think it was 350 if I'm not mistaken. And turn off the taxi lights. Like that. Okay, now the aircraft should really start to speed up now. A bit turbulent, that's why it's like bumping around a lot this speed. Okay, flaps 1, sorry. Oh no, actually not. I've done this mistake before. No, we cannot go flap 1. Since we are not planning to exceed the flap 1 bug for a while. So that's why we can't do it just now. But after the next waypoint, all the speed constraints should be gone. And then we can speed up properly. And yeah, we already above the clouds. Really low hanging clouds today. Yeah, but now speed constraint is lifted, so flaps 1. And also flaps up. Okay, and we are climbing nicely, everything looking good. Let's finish the after takeoff checklist. All green, that's done. Sweet. Even a bit into the high speed area here for that departure. Let's align the heading back, but other than that, looking really good right now. So we are cruising nicely, and yeah, I guess enjoy the music and view, and I will meet you down in Cape Town. Enjoy! So, hello viewers, welcome back everyone. We are finally descending into Cape Town now after an airtime of 11 hours and 6 minutes. Yeah, full day of cruising here, so I'm really looking forward to finally arrive into Cape Town and yeah, just have a look around. It looks absolutely stunning, like with the haze layer and the road lights. And there in the distance we can see Tabletop Mountain coming into sight now, and also the city of Cape Town itself. So this looks really promising for an absolutely stunning arrival into Cape Town. And yeah, FMC message unable to maintain speed. I'm gonna ignore that for a minute. Let's talk about the arrival. So yeah, that's the weather data we have just here. So we're gonna land on runway 01, which is coming from the south into the north, and conditions are good. Just 1 knot of wind from the north, 13 degrees, 1020, and yeah, that's what we have. But now let's look at the charts. That's probably more interesting. I don't know why it doesn't save it, so I have to like click it every time again. But here we are. So Evoke 1 Alpha, that's the arrival we are doing, and we have passed Ibuki. Now we are coming up to this one, the 30-mile DME from CTV, from Cape Town VOR. And I think that's a bit hard to read, right? Maybe that's better. So a couple of speed constraints in there, then Robben Island VOR, where we leave heading 170, and then this waypoint where we leave 190, and this is gonna be on heading select. Since from here on we can expect vectors, or since we are flying offline today, we give ourselves vectors to the final approach course. So yeah, flying down 190 and then 180 degree left and turn onto the final arrival runway 01. And yeah, I think this is going to be especially beautiful. We are flying straight over the city, very close to Tabletop Mountain, and also that's the very reason why sector altitudes today going to be yeah, something to look out for. So we are here on the left hand side, on the west side from Cape Town. We have 4,600, on the right even 7,300, and it also says here, due to terrain, do not fly east of CTV radial 180. And yeah, that's sort of this part. Everything over here we certainly want to try to not fly into this one. Over the left hand side we are good as long as we stay above 4,600. So what I've dialed down 5,000, rounded up to 5,000, and then we will stick there until we really can make sure that we are clear of Tabletop Mountain and are on the final heading, and then flying out over the ocean, and then we can descend lower than that. And yeah, then it's just norm ILS into runway 01, final approach course 009 into the airport. I mean, this should rather be straightforward, the final approach part. And yeah, what else? The airport, I've selected AUTOBREAK 2 coming from the south. I mean, there's one exit which we could try for, which is this one. I think it's Echo, the Echo exit, but that's really not a long way, so I don't want to slam into the brakes too hard. So I believe we're just gonna aim for a nice touchdown, and then if we can make this one, that's perfect cool. If not, we go all the way down, and then Alpha 2 back to the apron. That's at least the plan for today. And regarding the approach speed, oh look at this, it's getting even better, absolutely stunning. Yeah, I've selected flap 20 landing today, since we are now really, yeah, fairly light landing a Dreamliner. Now we have 13.7 tons of fuel on board, which is quite a bit still, but then again, this should be able to get us over to Johannesburg, which is our alternate. So plenty of fuel in here. And yeah, so flap 20 is 144 knots, and I think I've never done it in the Dreamliner before, so I just kind of want to try out how it is. It's just like 4 knots more of the flap 30. And yeah, we have a long runway, so let's go with this one and see how good this one goes. And just noticing we are below 10,000, so let's pop those landing lights on. Seat belts are on already. Yeah, and this is really cool. So that's Robben Island, where's also the next VR which we're heading to, and then yeah, look at this, simply beautiful. Bit of a sharp barrier between like the dark of the night and then this haze layer, but I still think that's so much better compared to the previous inversion. So that really looks stunning. Right, and that's the airport down there. And that's really a cool arrival route we are flying here today, so we are very lucky in that term. Okay, I think I'm gonna pre-select the 190 into here, and then when we leave this final waypoint, then there's also vectors 190, yeah, so aircraft should actually turn on 190 itself. But then we will go heading select, and yeah, final approach 2000, so then we have a bit of room to lose some altitude. And then we can also take our time to descend. I mean, we don't have to do it too fast. There's ocean out there. Just want to make sure that we are really clear of the terrain on the right hand side. You can see here how close we are coming to those mountains, so that's really not too much of a margin left. And now that we are coming over the city, let's get rid of the dome lights. And yeah, I hope lighting is fine now. I hope that's enough for the landing, but I think it's okay. I think we can work with that. Right, and now let's enjoy this beautiful approach. I'm just noticing there's one thing I've missed. We need to slow down. So flap 1. Because on the last waypoint we had a speed of 210. I'm not quite sure why the aircraft did decide to disregard that one, but now let's make sure to get there. Sorry, 21. 210, like that. Right, approaching 5000, and now I think we are pretty clear of the mountains here, so we're clear of the terrain on the right hand side. So yeah, basically we can dial 2000 and then use the vertical speed mode to yeah, just get there very slowly. Right, and now we're going on the vectors, heading 190 initially. Yeah, FPS are coming down a little bit now, it's getting a little bit laggy. Now it's getting a bit bumpy, but you can see we basically get there in time, so maybe we can descend a touch faster than that. But this is looking really good. So let's go speed 190 now. And flaps 5. Alright, go around altitude, by the way, is 6,500. That's really far up. Okay, that's looking really good now. So let's go speed 162 around there. This speed flap 15 back, and then let's go flap 15. Then we don't have to run out too far over the ocean. And I think any second now we can turn on the final approach, just giving myself a little bit more space here. Right, that's 3,000 feet, so we can easily lose the last 1,000 feet on the base leg. So, heading select, heading 100.
2500.
Very nice. And then of course the head-up display, that's always good during nighttime. We have the ILS identified. Now we are 10 miles out. So we will also have roughly 10-mile final. That's quite perfect. Okay, left-hand turn to intercept the localizer. And then we can intercept the localizer slightly before the final approach fix. That's absolutely perfect. Actually, it's not the final. I think this one is the final approach fix again, but yeah, the initial approach fix. That's the word I've been searching for. Okay, so let's arm the localizer. And we are on a flap 10 config, sorry, flap 10. We are not in a Dreamliner. Not in the 777. Oh, I'm really getting confused with all the aircrafts. Okay, and let's approach mode. The Dreamliner has these really weird flap configs, which are like so different from the 777 and 747s and the likes. So it's like 15, 17, 18. And it somehow feels really weird to me. Okay, localizer, let's go flap 15 then. I really hope FPS are not getting too bad, but that's really a lot of lights here. I think I have the road lights set to dense, and that's what's causing this. Okay, final approach speed again is gonna be 144 plus 5, makes it 149. And that's the glide slope perfect, so this goes to 6,500. And let's do some checklists. Altimeters are at 1020 and speed brakes, arm, landing gear and flaps will come in a second. Okay, so let's drop the gear. Oh, 5 miles out. Okay, that was quick now. So 149. Flap 17, flap 18, flap 20. And then the turn-offs. Taxi lights, logo lights. Let's go wing lights as well, just for the looks. Alright, looking good, just waiting for the flaps which are 20. Why is it not... it is selected, so this one should check automatically. That's a bit weird. I mean, we are definitely on 20. So I guess we can disregard this one then. Okay, I will leave the auto throttle in and I will take the aircraft. I hope we are not running into any AI traffic, but according to AI Companion, it's rather sleepy down there. FPS are really coming down now a bit. I hope it will be okay.
Approaching minimums. 400. Minimums.
Continue.
300.
Okay, looking good so far. Right on the profile. We have 3 whites, 1 red, but according to the glide slope we are even a touch below, so I think the poppies are a bit off.
50, 40, 30.
And flare. 10. Keep it steady, keep it coming. And there we are, touchdown. Reverse. And idle forward. Ooh, there was a lot of reverse accidentally. Okay, and there was a lot of braking. I'm not sure if those reverse are so powerful, but now we can easily make echo. That was much easier than expected. Okay, flaps are coming up. Cool, I think touchdown rate was okay. Let's see. So Sim Toolkit Pro is telling me 232. I'm happy with this one. 232. That's yeah, not exactly cruiser, but that's a nice, good touchdown. So very well. Alrighty, flight time 11 hours 24. Welcome to Cape Town, guys. Now let's see landing lights and strobes. All the others can stay on. Let's fire up the APU. Let's stay on the center line. Right, speed brakes down, and now of course we're getting really fast and light aircraft. Ooh, what's happening to this one? Looks like he's on fire. Crazy stuff. Okay, I will pull up the airport map in just a second after this turn. I know we have to do a right-hand turn here. And then our gate will be all the way on the end of that terminal. So let's quickly have a look. Ooh, why is it not on here? Ah, that's really annoying. Sorry about that. So looking at my iPad. Stand Alpha 3, and this should be that one. So let's see if GSX has it in store for us. Ooh, that was a huge lag. That was like a 1-minute freeze off of the simulator, but I think now we have it. That scared the crap out of me. Right, South African, why not? Okay, cool. GSX is waiting. Let's turn the turn off lights and taxi light to off. So, final turn of the day. I might be mistaken, but I think that's the same gate where we left with the British Airways 747 some month ago. That was okay. Could be worse. Now let's see if we can. It's for these small ones. And yeah, 787 is the last one. So Sky might be correct after all, but I don't trust him, so let's take an outside view. Yeah, so a bit further, 787-900. And there we are. Let's see. 16, yeah. He would have made us run into the terminal, and we don't want that, so parking brake, and let's see, APU is running. Beautiful. So killing engines 1 and 2, and then let's put the dome lights to on. Cool. Beacons, seat belts, fuel pumps, hydraulics as well. Then we have the external power wheel chocks, and then let's ask for deboarding. Door 2, exit number 2, that would be brilliant. Right, shutdown checklist, where are we? Do I just need to overwrite it now? Yeah, okay. Shutdown, parking brake is set, and that's okay. Weather radar, oh, we still got that one on. So that's terrain and traffic, and then over here it's probably traffic and weather then, I guess, yeah. Cool, so that's done, and then just opening the doors, left to forward cargo, after cargo, put the lights on as well, cabin lights, let's make it bright. So yeah, here we are, and that's not too bad, is it? So yeah, night lighting has become so much better in the new sim update. Look at these reflections, how nice and bright the aircraft is right now. Earlier it was much too dark at the airports all the time, but this is now looking fairly realistic, I would say. Even got a bit of a shadow down there from the dynamic lighting. So that's yeah, that's looking absolutely brilliant. And well, on that view, thank you so much for joining me into Cape Town here. Beautiful Dreamliner flight over from Amsterdam, long flight, but we yeah, finally made it down on the ground nicely. And I'm not sure if we can see it from here, but oh yeah, look at this beautiful tabletop mountain over there, lots of lights in the city, even going up the hill in the background there. So this is looking fairly nice, I would say. Alright guys, so see you next time, bye bye and take care.